Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto, and here's where we start to break down everything that I was talking about during the Crypto Minute. Now, some of you might be wondering why I said, Rostin Behnam, the chairman of the CFTC, has been playing chess. Here's why. I want you to contemplate the idea of Gary Gensler getting out there, overstepping his bounds, talking a lot of crap, bringing a lot of companies, to court and charging them money and blah, 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 blah. And Rostin Behnam kind of just sat there and kind of just said, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. And he let Gary Gensler take enough rope to hang himself. And that's what he did. So what are we looking at now? What we're looking at now is the ability for the CFTC to actually take control of the crypto space. And what does Rostin Behnam say? He comes out and he goes, yeah, we're going to bring some clarity pretty soon. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal because that's not something that Chairman Gary Gensler of the SEC ever wanted to do. Bring clarity. I welcome the new dawn. Next up, Binance. Binance is having problems. Binance has been having problems for a while now. They are the world's largest centralized exchange, but they've been having problems for a while, and it all stems from regulatory compliance. And because of all these regulatory compliance issues, or it can easily be said because of all these regulatory compliance issues, that they are now experiencing layoffs. And it's rumored that they're going to experience more layoffs and cut back on some employee benefits. And that kind of opens the door to companies like Kraken, who have doubled in their market share in the past 18 months. Just saying. I don't think Binance is going anywhere, but I think they could use some fresh blood at the top. Yes, I'm dead serious. Because I think that their business would grow and continue to, just be good if they would get a grip on their need for regulatory compliance. They need to get on top of that, and they have not gotten a handle on it yet. And I think that's where the chink in their armor is, and that's actually a major problem. Now, talking about regulation, there is a bill in the U.S. courts, not U.S. courts, but in the U.S. Congress that says, hey, we're going to regulate stable coins. That would be great. That'd be awesome. They've pushed it back a week. The committee has pushed it back a week. They need more conversation around it. Yeah. A more pragmatic approach around, crypto in general, and then as a subset, stable coins. Yeah, I think that conversation needs to happen. This is on top of Coinbase being called in to have conversations with House Democrats that I believe have been siding on the side of, the rules on the books, are good enough to manage crypto. They're not. Get up off your butts and do your job. There need to be new rules, straight up. Now, something else that happened is Senator Warren, does not like crypto. And it's rumored that she might have helped the SEC, or her team might have worked with the SEC to identify a rather obscure rule that would stop banks from directly owning crypto. Now take a step back. My question is, so what? And the reason why I say so what is because a bank can't own crypto. Fine. A bank doesn't need to own crypto. Banks don't really want to own real estate. Right? As an example, they don't really want to own real estate. So what do? They invest in companies that own that. So what's the problem? This obscure rule, if it is true, I don't think has any kind of weight to it. So what? A bank can't do that. That's fine. I don't think it's in the best interest of the banks to actually hold crypto anyway. That's not their business. Right? Now, investing in a company that is holding crypto, investing in businesses that are operating in that space, that's different. That's very much different. It might make a firm like Goldman Sachs, who is now a bank, or which is now a bank, rethink what they want to do. But again, they would just invest in a company that is in crypto or doing what they want to do in crypto. So Don't know if that new obscurity is going to have the impact that they want it to have. Still, I do think it's interesting how Elizabeth Warren is moving and how Gary Gensler is losing. Kind of go hand in hand in my book. Now, something else that I noticed is that Gary Gensler, you knew he wasn't going to go away quietly, right? He's out there saying he's disappointed in the ruling. Yeah, all right, whatever, bro. You're disappointed in the ruling. However, he then goes on to say that, well, we're still looking at it. Dude, what are you looking at? You lost. You lost big. You lost after, 3 years, 2.5, 3 years? You lost in a major fashion. Do you really think you're going to be able to appeal? I think there's a course for the SEC to appeal. However, I think it is a very slim chance that they can appeal this ruling. And I mean super duper thin enough to see through it kind of a chance. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's a thing. I really don't think that's a thing. You want to know what I do want to know, what I'm really curious about? It is, basically out there that Ripple spent about $100 million plus on fighting this in court. If they spent $100 million, how much did the government spend? How much taxpayer money went into this losing argument? An argument that a lot of people said was pretty much a foregone conclusion, and you're still going. Excuse me. I'm wondering about that. What are you doing? I want to know how much that costs. I want to know how many cases they bring that they lose versus win. And were they worthy cases? Did they do their homework before going to court and spending their tires and spending our money? Just curious. Kind of curious about that. Something else that I want to get into. Chainlink is the world's largest oracle. Swift is the world's largest banking network. Now, Swift, let me just tell you what Swift stands for. Do I have the definition of SWIFT? Yes, I do. The Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. That's what SWIFT stands for. Now, I told you back in September 9th of 2022 about how Chainlink and Swift were working together to create this new thing called the Cross-Chain Interoperability Protocol. And the specifics around that protocol is to link the two world's largest. Outstanding idea. Outstanding idea that they announced way back in September. Way back then. And here's the other shoe to drop. We're open for business now. That's a huge step forward. And this is why Chainlink is popping right now, is because they're able to match what's going on in the real world with Swift and then the digital world with Chainlink. That is huge, huge, and a tremendous step forward. I'm dying to see what comes from that going forward. Because remember, if you're trying to do business on the, within Web3, you're having to deal and want any kind of reference to the outside world, to the non-digital world, you're working with Chainlink, period. And vice versa. You're working with Chainlink. Everybody thought Swift was going to go away, but yeah, not so much. Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. And here we are. You can see that Bitcoin is below 30,000. But look at that number, 29,954.50. Bitcoin does not want to be below 30,000. It wants to be above 30,000. That said, this is a good time to buy. Now look at Bitcoin being below 30,000 and Ethereum still holding or trying to hold that 1900 line. XRP is at 75 cents. Let's see, Solana's down a little bit. There are places. H bar is up though. There are places where you can make some money. Doge down. Just yesterday when I looked, it was 7.1 cents. Now it's down to 6.8. Some people would say, "Oh, that's not a big move." It is when you're looking at Doge and their scale, where they're operating right now, right? So looking at the big picture, you can see right here where my crosshairs are, that we're now trading below, just below, where is it? Right there is pretty much where I said, this is the smaller band where we're moving laterally. We dip just below that smaller band, just below. I think that's just because Celsius is going to be dumping. Okay, fine. So remember, you had Silk Road last year, the Bitcoin from Silk Road last week, that the government maneuvered into position where if they wanted to sell, they could. But I think that's going to trickle out. I don't think it's going to be a major just sell-off. However, Celsius, on the other hand, they do have to liquidate, and I believe that they are positioned to do so. It might have already started. Hence, that's what's bringing everything down. Cool, not a problem. It's actually not a big hit. It's just the reaction to the hit is what people are talking about. And that's what I see. When I look at, the big movers and shakers right now, listen, I'm looking at right here is where it ends. Everything else is 5% or below. Solana is at a 5% move. And I'm paying attention to Solana. I don't own any, right? I keep saying I don't trust them to do business in terms of leveraging their network to do anything, but I do recognize their value. That's the difference. And I see that 1 inch is down 21%, not something that I hold, but a name that I do pay attention to from time to time. And I just wanted to see, what's moving, what's not moving. On the plus side, we also have, Gala moving 6%. Now, here's why I think Gala is going to do ridiculously well. They're 97% off their high. They're 97% off their high. People are asking me how I look at things and how I want to actually invest. And I think I have to do a little 101 on how I'm thinking. But here's a hint. I do look at whether or not I believe you're a good project, whether I think you're going to have good standing, good impact, and a future, whether or not you have community. And then I look at how far, right now, how far do you have to go to get back to your all-time high? Because that marks your potential. If you did it once, you can do it again. With everybody talking about how Bitcoin is going to reach 120, 150, $1 million, Michael Saylor, you can see how that could actually be a big deal. So when I look at Gala, I sit back and I go, hell yeah, they're going to do well. They have the best combination, an opportunity to merge the best of Web 2.0 and the best of Web 3.0. And they're doing it. That's why I think Gala could easily get back to its all-time high and beyond. 97%. What would it take for them to get there? Look at that. Can Gala get to 5 cents? That's doubling. Can they get to 10 cents? Yeah, I think so. But look at how much they would actually have to do to get back to their all-time high of 82 cents. All-time high of 82 cents, and you're at 2.6 cents. And trust me, the team over at Gala, they know what they're doing. Just again, I tell you, go look up who's involved over at Gala, and you can see why I'm so positive on that particular project. Optimism is up 5%. Nice sway. H bar is up 5%. Definitely nice swing going on there. XDC was down. I happen to notice. This is why I do research every day. I noticed yesterday that XDC network was down. And here they are today, up 5%. That's a big swing. That's a big swing because I think they were down 3% or something like that. So that's an 8-point move. Kind of cool. So I pay attention to those things because there are times that I want to trade. There are times I want to hodl. And this is what I do to figure it all out. That really is. Looking at the other board, if you just want to look at it in text, you can see, year to date, the year to date number is great, but right now we're back above $30,000 for Bitcoin. Again, the floor for Bitcoin, I think, really is being established at $30,000. My next level down from there is 28.28. Remember, I kept telling you, we got to see us get above 28.28. And we have been. We've been maintaining above that number for a while now. Ready for positioning. Just saying. Anyway, if you have any questions, if you like what I'm doing, shoot over a note. We do have a lot more content coming. We're thinking about doing a daily piece on here's your daily financial term and giving you the definition. Let me know if you like that idea. I'm kind of digging it because there are a lot of financial terms that people don't understand, and maybe having a daily record of it would be cool. And then turning that into a database or even a online book that you'd be able to tap into. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. This is Eddie J on crypto. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.